hey, Andrew's going to close all 5 of those. So he's going to get 25 grand and I'm going to get 25 grand. And we're just going to keep on building this. I'm going to hire 20 Andrews. I'm going to make $1 million. Bada bing, bada boom. It's going to be great. That's idiot math.
So this is coming from the guy who is running a mega team, the ISA guy. And I don't mean to give that as like a stamp or anything.
Oh,
I
no,
just
no,
mean,
it's one of the things we've done exceedingly well.
yeah. So first, like, what is that shift, running a micro team instead of mega team? And why is that shift important?
So a mega team I would categorize as most every real estate team that you're going to see. Meaning there's the rainmaker or the team leader. There's probably an admin or two. And then there's a whole bunch of agents. A micro team says, all right, rainmaker, top producer, instead of you going and hiring a whole bunch of people that you're not going to train well enough, that you're going to give your leftovers to, and you're going to hope and pray that they find their way. Instead, let's continue to leverage your business, your production, your clients, your skill set. So you bring on an admin or two and surround you to take off all those minutia killing things. And then instead of hiring an agent that you're throwing to the wolves in an industry where the failure rate is 87% in the first 5 years, instead of throwing that person to the wolves and giving them a couple of at-bats, you bring them alongside in a paid internship. This paid internship is what's called an agent partner or a showing partner. They are the nurse to your doctor. They are literally an extension of you with every way, shape, and form. So it becomes 3 wins, and this is the only win-win-win I know in the industry. Win number 1 is they win. Right? They're going to get so many more at-bats and they're going to get such better training by being close to you as the producer. You don't even have to be an intentional trainer where for 60 minutes a day, you're sitting down saying, come and do this, come and do this, come and do this. Because you don't need to be a teacher. You need to be a great agent that knows to bring somebody along and you have healthy conversations about the why behind it. Right? So they win. Your clients win now because they're getting 2 agents for the price of 1. I think it's like we as realtors, we have our code of ethics and we have what's called a fiduciary responsibility. That means that in every situation, we need to do what's best for. Can I say with confidence that, Andrew, if you're a brand new agent and I hand you over to a new buyer, that is honoring my fiduciary responsibility to that buyer? No, absolutely not. It, in fact, is irresponsible. What it looks like is, hey, Eric's trying to make a whole bunch of extra money by throwing it to this guy, and they'll give him the new guy. So the client hates you because you're the new guy. They're not going to be a return client anyways. It costs you a ton. The new guy doesn't get a great experience because he's just burning the candle from both ends, and it's a really bad thing. But in this showing partner model, remember, the client wins because they're getting 2 for the price of 1 because they still get me and they get you. Now, I want to win in this too. And if I hire you as a buyer agent in our industry, it traditionally says, listen, you get 50% of the commission and I get 50% of the commission. Well, the average commission in the United States right now is about 10 grand. And so if I have 5 quality opportunities that I'm going to give to you, idiot math would tell you, hey, Andrew's going to close all 5 of those. So he's going to get 25 grand and I'm going to get 25 grand. And we're just going to keep on building this. I'm going to hire 20 Andrews. I'm going to make $1 million. Bada bing, bada boom. It's going to be great. That's idiot math. Because Andrew, you're the new agent who doesn't know how to crush. So I can close all 5, but you can probably close 2, and that might be generous. But none the way, you've closed 2. So you're now making 10 grand, but it's going to take you 3, 4, 5, or 6 months to make that money. I'm making 10 grand, not counting the cost that I had for the leads, but how much money did I just lose? Like there's got to be a better way. So if I bring you on as a showing partner, I'm going to treat this as a business. I'm going to pay you a salary. I'm going to pay you $3 grand a month. And then I'm going to pay you maybe a little bit of commission as well. So I'm going to pay you $3 grand a month. And so that's $6 grand. And if I pay you a little commission, maybe you're going to make another $2 grand. So I'm going to pay you $8,000 total. You have stability in your business. That's a win. The client has 2 for the price of 1. That's a win. You have financial certainty, Andrew. That's a win. I now have $42,000 and you have $8 grand. That's a win. And that's actually a win for you because I can't promise you're ever going to make $8 grand of this business. How do 87% of people fail? Because they don't make $8 grand consistently. So you're winning because it's a paid internship. I'm winning because I'm keeping $42,000 in this equation. And I'm delivering better customer service. And I'm not pissing off my clients. And I'm making sure that the next guy up on my team is a trained sniper instead of somebody I just throw to the wolves. See, we have to think about this industry differently. We have to stop setting new agents up for failure. Whose fault is it? It's every team leader's fault. It's every business owner's fault by setting them up for failure. I'm fiery about this. This is one of my favorite topics. I'm glad you asked me about it.
Yeah, I want to dive into it a little bit. So, as a team leader, as someone, you just said I should hire one assistant, potentially two assistants, and a showing partner, and I'm going to be paying at least a $3,000 salary for the showing partner, if not more. The assistant's probably like $3,000 to $4,000, give or take, up or down. Now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, so I'm about to put on potentially upwards of 10K of overhead. That's expensive.
Yeah. So let's break it down because everything for me is a math problem. All right. And by the way, some of us are saying, well, shoot, I can't afford that. And I'm like, you're going to stay stuck where you are if you choose not to. So I think that the trigger for a lot of agents, depending on your market, right? Tampa, your average sales price is what, 500,000 or 600,000? Okay, my average sales price in Fargo, North Dakota, I'm at 318 this year, I think. So literally half of what your average sales price is. I'm really happy for you. The trigger is 24 to 36 transactions that an agent will do on their own until they really need to bring on some leverage. So let's just cut that in the middle and let's say 30. If an agent's doing 30 transactions in Tampa, Florida, by all means, 30 transactions with an average commission of probably $12,000 in your market is a serious amount of money. That's $420,000, right?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Or $360,000. I did my math wrong. It's $360,000. That's a gross, that's not a net, right? Do I believe that if you hire an admin, and do you believe that if you hire an admin, you should be able to sell an extra 15 houses?
Oh, yeah.
Right? If somebody is a 40-hour a week, by the way, I hate hiring part-time people. Part-time people give you less than part-time results. If they're great, you want them for full-time, but they already said they can't do it. Otherwise, they give you a half-hearted effort. Your first move should always be hiring a full-time person. We can have a conversation about VAs, virtual assistants, and that sort in another realm. But nonetheless, if that admin buys you back 20 hours a week of your time, or they're helping you to procure more clients, I with confidence can say you're going to sell 15 more houses. 15 houses at $12,000 commission each is now $180,000. If you pay that admin a $50,000 a year salary, which is a high admin salary, you pay them 50 grand, you still get a 3.5 to 1 return on your investment. Would you get a 3.5 return on your investment to make a good business move? Yes or yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You hire a second admin. Do I think now you can sell another 10 houses? But this time it's a virtual assistant. The virtual assistant is going to cost you $1,500 a month. They're going to be $18,000 a year to be a virtual assistant to do your transaction coordinating and some of your marketing. And at 10 houses, at $12,000 a house, that's $120,000 in commission. So now you just spent 18 to make 120. Would you do that every day? Yes or yes?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So now is where you really ask the question of like, you have all this money going out because let's say you're paying for office and you're buying leads and you have this admin, you're spending $10,000 a month on your business, maybe even 20 or 30 in order to bring in this lifestyle. But we now are up to 55 houses a year. 55 houses a year, let me do my quick math, times $12,000 is $660,000. So even if you're spending 20 grand a month on all these expenses, and you shouldn't spend 20 grand because you don't need to spend 20 grand to sell that many houses. Not if you're leaning into your relationship capital and building farms and earning reputation over time. But if you spend 20 grand a month, that's $240,000. Meaning from the 660, subtract the 240, and we're now sitting with still $420,000 in your pocket. Should you go and hire a buyer agent? That buyer agent is going to cost you more than it's going to make you because it's going to cost you time that you don't have. The moment you bring somebody on and you have to give them all that time, that's taken away from your own personal production. We just showed you that you're making $420,000 a year working 40 hours a week, right? Like that's $200 an hour. Why are you going to go and train somebody and slow them down? Like it's just bad math. So you're putting them on your payroll. You're adding another $3,000 or $4,000 a month to your payroll. That's no joke. But it's just a math problem. Do I think that if I have somebody opening doors for me and communicating to my clients and they're an extension of me and they're doing lead generation as well and they're doing runner responsibilities for me and all these other things, do I think that I'm going to sell another 10 houses or 15 houses or 20 houses? And every single time I see somebody hire a showing partner and they use them well, they'll sell 15 to 25 houses a year, blindfolded, extra, in addition to. And so that means an extra $180,000 to $300,000 in cash. And it's going to cost you $4 grand a month.
And if you enjoyed this clip, watch the full episode right here.